this may offend people or whatever, but Xena's a perfect example. We'll get into Xena in a second. Where do Malinois come from, right? Over in Europe, you got the Schützensport, where we here in America like to, I don't know, play golf. They're out there training dogs. So they're very into it. That's like their sport over there. And so to win that sport, they'll do whatever it takes. They want a dog that works and does the job. A chopper flying low. In the Schützensport, they don't care about your dog's lineage, where it comes from, the genes, the genetic makeup. They don't need to see any of that paperwork. You could literally bring a donkey out. As long as the donkey did the job, you could get a trophy, right? A donkey, a goat, whatever. I'm exaggerating, but they don't care what the dog looks like. They care how the dog performs. And so therefore, over in Europe, they are mixing the Malinois with a bunch of other breeds to bring out the size and also for the health aspect of it. And this is why we really like Malinois too in the police world, because a German Shepherd, purebred, is gonna have more genetic issues inherently than a mixed breed Malinois. Okay, and the reason is, if you got two German Shepherds, right, we already know, if you know anything, German Shepherds have hip dysplasia for the most part. A lot of them have that. It's a genetic defect. And so if you have two German Shepherds and they both have like a 10% probability of having hip dysplasia, when they have kids, a litter of puppies, it's very likely 1, 2, 3 of those dogs might have hip dysplasia, or at least carry that gene, and so on and so forth. So what they're doing over in Europe, aside from trying to get more size and athleticism out of this already crazy athletic dog, they're breeding out a lot of any genetic issues the dog might have. Now, Malinois, generally speaking, don't have a lot of genetic issues like hip dysplasia or issues with their eyes or anything like that, because they keep sprinkling in different things. So we will get right to it. I'm going to find it on my phone. As soon as I saw Xena here, I was told she's a purebred Malinois. Well, first off, I don't think Malinois are black purebred. I don't think that's the breed standard. I don't think you'd ever see that. So right off the bat, that's your first clue. The other thing is just from my knowledge of what they're doing over in Europe. She does come from working line Malinois stock. So let me look it up here. Her owners actually went and did a DNA test. And as soon as they told me, I'm like, yeah, I already know your dog's not a purebred Malinois. They're like, no. They were a little offended because that's what they paid for. But I told them this is coming from a working line breeder. I guarantee you it's not going to be purebred. Plus, look at her. She just doesn't even look that much like a Malinois. All right, but don't take this video out of context and say I can't talk about Malinois. My experience with Malinois is very deep. But she's a perfect example because she's not a purebred Malinois. 9 out of 10 Malinois out there, again, are not going to be purebred. So she's a perfect example. So let's talk about what she's made up with. 25% Belgian Malinois. 25% Neapolitan Mastiff. And I'll try to show up on the screen what these dogs are. 12.5% Belgian Tervuren. I might be pronouncing that wrong. I've seen those dogs before. I just call them long-haired Malinois. So if she's 25% Belgian Malinois and 12.5% Belgian Tervuren, in my mind, she's about a third, 37.5% Malinois. She's about a third Malinois. Now the rest, 12.5% Cane Corso, 12.5% German Shepherd, and 12.5% Rottweiler. Why would all these other breeds be mixed into this Malinois? Let me tell you why. Neapolitan Mastiff for the size. Cane Corso for the intelligence, the size, the head shape, the athleticism. German Shepherd, it goes without saying, right? All the good attributes of a German Shepherd. Let's sprinkle that in there. And Rottweiler, maybe that's where she got her black coat, okay? This is a typical American working line Malinois. A hot mix of all kinds of good stuff. And why not? She's basically a hybrid. She's a superhero of a dog. That's why we use them in police work. We get the best of everything. So they're breeding this stuff in there to get the size, to get the head shape, because real purebred Belgian Malinois are skinny, small, very slender dogs. I'm not saying they're bad dogs. In police work, we want a little more oomph, all right? Plus, going back to the genetic issues, when you start sprinkling that stuff in there, the genetic issues that might be present if you keep inbreeding the dog start to go away because you're mixing in other things and those genetic issues go away. So German Shepherds in police work often we might get them, let's say we get them fully trained at 2 years old. Let's say you're a department that goes overseas and you buy the dogs, they're already pre-trained. You'll work them from 2 years old to about 10 years old, give or take. Around 10 years old, German Shepherds start to go down physically. They can't handle the job anymore of police work. Malinois, you can work till about 14 years old because their genetics are better and they just, their drive will pull them through. So you got police dogs out there, Malinois, full gray beard, 12 years old, 13 years old, still kicking ass, taking names on real manhunts for real bad guys. So that's the other reason a lot of police agencies have switched over to Malinois, because not only their workability, a German Shepherd on crack, so to speak, but the genetics, physically, they can handle the job and you get a little more for your money as far as the time of work you can put in, right? So it just makes sense. I think I'm gonna, in part of this video, it'd be cool, I'll show you some of those pictures. I'll find like a picture from the 80s and show you what that class would look like. I'll find one from the 90s and you're gonna see the transformation of police canine units, and I'll show you a present day one, and you tell me, we'll do a head count. How many are Rottweilers, German Shepherds, Dobermans, and now Malinois. So really a fantastic breed for police work. Doesn't mean it's gonna be good for your home. If you do decide to get one, make sure you're very experienced, you know what you're doing, and you're ready to commit the time, or have a really good dog trainer close by. I'm in the South Florida area. We love training Belgian Malinois. It's a trainer's dream come true. We can train them to a very high level. Anything else I'm missing? Yeah. I mean, we didn't get to show her much. She's an awesome dog. She's just cooking out here with that black coat. If we get another Malinois in, which we have some in the pipeline, we will show them to you. Yeah, I'll show you some videos of what a typical Malinois looks like. Then we'll kind of contrast that with the purebred Malinois, a police line Malinois, and then you know what you see a lot of now, especially in police work, hybrids. Hybrids, perfect cross, 50-50, German Shepherd and Malinois. You know, that's very popular these days in police work. Come over here, sweetie. All right, I think that concludes this video. If you got questions, post them in the comments below. If I offended you, oh well, I'm not even sorry. It is what it is. I just speak the truth. If you want to go to another channel where they blow fluff at you, go ahead and check them out. Generally speaking, the Malinois, amazing dog. Not a great family dog. You know what I'd compare it to? Is a Ferrari the right family car for you? Probably not. Get a minivan, okay? Get a minivan. Get a pickup truck with 6 seats. Get a 4-door car. You know what I'm saying? I love to compare dogs to cars, but that's kind of what we're talking about. This is a Ferrari. This is a wild child of a dog. It can do amazing things. It can win competitions, just like a Ferrari could, you know, win a street race or some kind of race course event. But it's probably not what you want for day-to-day life when you just go up to get the groceries. That's probably not for you. Yeah, do you want to pick your kids up from school with the... Of course you want to pick your kid up from school in a Ferrari, but it's kind of a good example, is what I'm talking about. So most Malinois are crazy. I've only known one Malinois before that was super lax. One of my favorite dogs that I worked when I was 18, 19 years old doing explosive detection work in the Port of Miami and Port Everglades. And his name was Mikey. And he was a purebred Malinois. Not really, he's a Malinois, looked like a Malinois. Just didn't really act like one. He looked like this all the time. Great dog, super chill. I love that dog. But he was the one exception to the rule when it comes to Malinois. Yeah, for the most part, they are crazy, crazy. All right, I think this video got long enough. I want to thank you guys for watching, because I know a lot of people are looking for Malinois. Consider some other breeds, folks. Go to the shelter. You get some great dogs at the shelter. Unless you're planning to work or do Schutzhund work or do something crazy, a working line dog sport, get you something else. You know what I'm saying? All right. So smash that like button, subscribe so you can get more videos like this, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.